Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Larry, and I am one of your students' advisors. In today's ACE Learning, we are going to learn how to write professional emails. Now, why is it important to write an email professionally? Because email is a statement of your personal and professional image. As a college student and a member of future workforce, we want employers to know that we are work ready, that our communication skills are toughly built to serve our future customers and, of course, business partners. Alrighty, let's get to the point quickly. In today's ACE Learning, we have some do's and don'ts for you in terms of email etiquette. Let's start with the do's. Do's number 1. Type the email address correctly. Now first, of course, you need to put your recipient's address correctly. Many of the emails you received before might start with one similar sentence. I hope this email finds you well. Right, if you type a wrong email address, your recipient will never receive the email. Also, when sending to multiple recipients, you need to consider the way how you're going to send your email. The CC and BCC features, for example, can help you greatly with different situations. The CC, which stands for carbon copy feature, which is very similar to the to field in email. Those email addresses you put in the CC field will all receive, your email at the same time. However, due to the email etiquette, you may want to use the CC feature because those recipients from the CC field usually don't have to take action towards your email rather than simply being informed by the situation or by the information. On the other hand, those in the to field may want to take immediate or future actions in response to the content you send to them. So let me give you an example. Say if you are an HR representative in a company and you want to send out an employee survey to your marketing department, you will put all the marketing department employees' email addresses in the to field. Let's say 5 people, and you want these 5 employees to submit this survey by the end of today. You also want to CC your director and the director of the marketing department as a courtesy because you want to keep them in the loop. The BCC feature, on the other hand, is very different from what we were talking about. So BCC stands for blind carbon copy. So the key word, as you can see here, is of course blind. The recipients in this field will receive your email for sure, but they will not be able to know who else receives this email other than themselves. This is such a useful tool you can use when writing an email, particularly to mass recipients, because you do not want to expose their email addresses to each other. Now you know, before heading out to compose your subject line and main body, use the right field to type your recipient's email addresses is actually the foremost thing. Moving on to do's number 2. The next step is to compose an action-specific subject line. We have received so many emails from our students who either missed the subject line completely or having a paragraph-long subject line. Please take a look at some of the examples here. Many of our students are not aware that the subject line is actually a vital component in email. Why? Because when receiving emails in your mailbox, on your cell phone app, the subject line is literally the title, and yes, you will see the bold subject line first before you click the actual email. Here's the point. In a busy, fast-paced work environment, an action-specific subject line tells your recipients precisely what the email is about and what they need to do to respond. If the subject line is missing, I will have to read the body of the email to find out what I need to do. And this sometimes could be rather annoying and extremely unprofessional because your recipients need to decide which emails they need to read first and in what order they need to respond. Alright, so how do you write an informative but also action-specific subject line? Back to the HR example we were using. Your supervisor asks you to send a survey to the marketing department, right? Okay, so what kind of a subject line can you compose? Well, try this one. Marketing survey, please submit by 5 p.m. today. Just a glance at the subject line, the recipients would immediately know exactly what action they need to take. Another example would be Winter 2021 tuition fees reminder, new deadline posted. Students who receive this email will open it immediately because they want to know what the new deadline would be, along with other related contents in the body of the email. Now you know the hint of composing an effective subject line is to put yourself in your recipient's shoes. What do you want your recipients to react to your email? How do you want them to respond? Now, do's number 3. Use appropriate greetings to soften messages. Now you can start to write the body part of the email, and you want to use the proper greetings to start your message. A golden path is to use hi, hello, dear, plus first name. For example, you could write, hi Larry, dear Larry, hello Larry, if you want to send an email to me, and then press enter to start your content on a new line. To be more formal, instead of using the first name, you can use an appropriate title plus last name or full name to address your recipient. Say, hello, Mr. Jack Black. Hi, Miss Wang. Hello, Dr. Lee. Well, such standard titles include, Mr., Mrs., Miss, and Ms. when the marital status of a female is unclear. Use them wisely to address your recipients correctly, and this will show your instructors, your clients, how professional you are. The actual greeting messages can be used to soften your content, especially when you're delivering bad news. Something you could say, good morning, good afternoon, I trust you are doing well, or simply just a short, how are you? You probably won't get an answer, but this is not really the point, eh? When you are responding to an email, it's always nice to start your message with as simple as thank you for your email. On the following line, you can type down your response. Now it's time to compose your actual message. Again, imagine how busy the contemporary working environment could be. Please make sure that you keep paragraphs and sentences short and concise. This is actually the do number 4. You want to stick closely to what really makes sense to your recipients. You want to get to the point immediately so that you save your readers time reading your email and eventually, at the end of the day, save your time getting the right response from them. Do's number 6. This is the last one. You should be careful sending out your emails with attachments. Please only send attachments that make sense to your recipients. Also, you need to consider the file size. If the size of the attachment is too big, then you may want to compress it. Another tip is to change the file name accordingly. For example, if your HR requests a picture of yourself, instead of sending something with a file name .jpg, it's always nice and helpful to change it to such as photo-larry.jpg. Doing this could benefit your recipients in organizing attachments, and it also leaves them a great impression of yourself. Alrighty, so now we have some don'ts for you, okay? Some tips about what you should not do when composing and sending emails. Now first, please don't send an email without proofreading it. Well, you got to understand that nobody expects a perfect email, but one with a lot of grammatical mistakes or just a lot of spelling mistakes hurts your reputation as a professional worker. There are several online grammar checkers you can utilize before you smash the send button. And don't number 2, you should never send emails at an inappropriate time. Well, taking an example of Sinclair College at Ace Acumen Academy, our staff typically work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. So, if you send us an email, say Tuesday at 11:48 p.m. because one of your assignments is due in 11 minutes, very likely you won't be able to receive any response until 9 a.m. the next day. Everyone has his or her own life, and we must respect that. Before you send your email, take a look at the clock. It is not that hard, and your recipient's working hours as well. If you don't think it's an appropriate time to discuss work and study, then don't send your email. Draft your email and schedule it. Don't number 3. Please do not shout in your email. Okay, so quite uncommon in our life that we ever receive emails filled with all capital letters, or in other words, shoutings in email. Now, some may think that, I am capitalizing my, sentence or that paragraph because I want to emphasize my message. Okay, that's important. But in reality, this can be considered to be rude and can be interpreted as shouting at someone in terms of email etiquette. So, please think twice before you use mass capital letters in your email next time. Oh, before I forget, try not to send multiple emails to your instructors or advisors just to push for a response. It is for the best to resend your email if you don't receive any response after 24 hours. Hey, but not 5 minutes. They could be having a class or are in a meeting, and they will be getting back to you as soon as they can. Alrighty, now you have a better understanding of how to compose professional emails to your instructors, to your advisors, and of course, in the future, to your colleagues, to your supervisors, or even to your business partners. And that's all for today's ACE Learning. Please keep monitoring your college mailbox for more upcoming workshops. And I will be looking forward to seeing all of you in the next episode. Bye-bye!